We just keep moving.
We keep moving, man.
You're obviously enjoying yourself. You're a happy guy.
I'm having a good time.
For a super successful guy, you seem completely balanced and happy.
There are things that you just cannot get away from, that you hide right behind. But and for the most part, I did some smart stuff. Moved my whole family lives with me, so I don't have to worry about my father, my mom live with me.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And I was adopted 7 months, so me and my biological mom, are crafting our relationship now in the latter stages of her life. So that's but I didn't want no bullshit outside of that, where someone is sitting somewhere watching me from a distance, like
right.
Dad, so mom comes in, dad, and they've been divorced for almost 30 years. It was crazy.
Wow.
So they live in the same under the same roof. It's hilarious. That's a whole nother show.
Wow.
And he still dates. You know what I'm saying? He's still getting it in, be over there. And then she'll float over to his side of the house and be like, and see the girl, hey, how you doing? How are you? How's yours? Who is this?
Wow.
She's getting something out of it. I just want to get something out the refrigerator. Some spoiled stuff.
That's kind of intense.
And then you hear that on my door. My pops. Could you tell her not to come on my side of the house? Shit. I'm like, now parents. So, but it's certain things but you got to figure out your happiness. And the only way you figure out your happiness, you got to try to see or foresee what's going to be the problem. So I get my family close to me. So whatever problem we got to work out, we work that shit out right here. Get my mom and my sisters and my daughters close to me, so they see daddy going to work like there's still some work shit. It's like, no, we just not on the red carpet. It's not just red carpet every day. I got to get up. I got to go. I got to talk shit. I got to kiss a little ass here. I got to do a whole lot of shit in order to keep this thing going. So you try to, in life, you try to foresee what's going to happen. It's still going to be something. So it's always going to be something just outlandish. But you try to get in front of it.
That's an interesting way to handle it, though, to bring everybody close to you, bring your whole family in your house.
Yeah, and not everybody can do that, because, it's like, me growing up as an only child, I like having people around. I can't be by myself. That's why I always would throw parties. I would kidnap people. Like, people come to my house, I'd be, why you gotta leave, man? Chris Brown, just stay, man. I got a room. Floyd, man, stay, man. Where you? Because I just wanted people.
Right.
But now having my family around, you gotta do it. But not, like I said, not everybody can do it, because it's interesting. Like my father, who has a great story. My stepfather has a great story. He was on drugs or had a situation about with crack, ended up going to jail. I wrote him one letter. I said, you get out, I'll save your life, because I didn't like writing letters to people in jail. I didn't like going visiting people in jail. He gets out. This is around just before 9/11. And then my stepfather was incredible in my life because he taught me how to play tennis. So back in the 70s, in the 80s, he was like playing tennis. I was like, wow, I never seen a black dude play tennis. He said, you got to learn, son. So people like Yannick Noah, Elie Nastasi, Bjorn Borg, Vitas Gerulaitis, those were like heroes of mine. So he taught me how to play tennis. So when he gets out of jail, I make sure everything is cool. I take him to the U.S. Open. And so there he is, me and my pops watching Venus, play. He's crying. I'm like, yeah, Dad, this is how we gotta live. This is what we need to do. So he watches Venus play, and then a couple of days after that, it was 9/11. But he stayed with me. He's been with me since then. Early on, I would just go by, check the drawers, make sure there's no paraphernalia, no wrong shit. Smoke your weed, cool.
Right.
Don't do no more than that. And we've been cool since then. And it saved a lot of money in rehab. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just right there, hands on. But
well, sometimes people just being surrounded by loved ones is enough to keep them from doing anything stupid.
Yeah, it can, and it was bumpy at first. Won't go into it because he wrote a little book and talked about it. It was bumpy at first because when he first got out, I did some shit for him, got him a car, whatever. He relapsed, his car gone, he's back in. So it was a couple little things that we had to work out. But now, to see him now, like we go to these different events or whatever like that. His whole wall, he old school. He don't do this. He got the
actual photos.
Yeah, he go develop the film. I got my little film developer. So he put the film and developed the film. See, and they put the film, and he got a whole wall of everybody that he's met. All of his heroes, and so like I said, I try to look. try to be ahead of the curve when it comes to fucked up shit.
What about like with your creative time? When you have so many people living with you, do you ever feel like boxed in?
No, that's, like I know, the best way to create is to have people around. Because I could try that joke out on them and they don't know I'm doing that joke. You know what I'm saying? I could try this idea, see how they respond, because your family gonna give you the real, gonna give them, that's terrible. That ain't funny. I don't see how you made it. That's terrible. You know what I'm saying? So you always gotta, to me, having people around that tell you the truth. Like everybody in my family, they tell me the truth about it. Say, that's sleepless. I should have just stayed asleep. It was like, oh shit, really? It was fucked up? Yeah. So it's like, having that allows me to create, and then I have my own little space where I go, okay, let me get this. Now they responded to that, and now let me put this together over here in a little space.
So you have like a little sanctuary.
Yeah, I got a little studio that I set up where I go in there and do all that shit, But it helps.